Hello there, welcome to this video. This video is going to be talking about HTML basics. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and a bit about myself. My full name is Dudu Kwame and I'm a Ghanaian. I build software. I'm a full stack engineer. If you want to find more about me, go to kwamela.com. Over there, I show you my skill and a bit of biography about me, what I'm capable of and others. Yeah, so thank you very much for showing up over here. We are going to be taking a look at HTML basics, and this video is going to help us to know about the basic structure of HTML web pages. Yeah, so when we take a closer look at the internet, the www, the World Wide Web, we can see that a whole lot of websites are being created on daily basis, per every second, and so many other stuff. Yeah, so what we want to do is to go ahead and find out how these things are actually built. To do so, we have to take a closer look at the very basic of these things. Yeah, so that brings us to HTML. So today we are going to be creating a file, and we'll open that file in the browser to see what we have in there. Yeah, so without much ado, I'll go straight forward to download a code editor. So the code editor is where we are going to be entering our codes. I know a whole lot of people are not familiar with the term code. Yeah, so the code has something to do with what we write in connection to programming. Yeah, so what we are going to be doing is very straightforward and simple. Trust me, it's not difficult at all. You need is the discipline and the passion for what you want to learn. Yeah, so a whole lot of people are learning HTML. So many companies are hiring um engineers or like developers to develop some application for them. You can be one of them. If you belong to a different background, don't worry at all. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. All you need is the passion to learn. Yeah, so at times, irrespective of whichever background that you are coming from, you don't have to concern yourself with what will I get from learning how to code? The list just once made mention of this, that everyone should learn how to code because it teaches you to think, and I think it's very true. Ever since I started learning how to build applications, I think I've come up with so many ways to build algorithms to solve some complex problems. So I think it will help us in the long run, irrespective of where you're coming from. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a nurse, or whatever. All you need is to develop the passion and sit down to learn how things are actually built when it comes to matters concerning technology. Yeah, so without much ado, I'll go straight forward to introduce you to this thing that we are having over here. When we take a closer look at the address bar, we can see code.visualstudiocode.com. Yeah, so visualstudio.com, sorry. So this is what we are going to be using to enter our codes. After we are done, we'll open our file in the browser and test whether what we have written is working or not. So to start with, we'll have to download this file right here. So if you are there, or you can open your browser and visit this link that we are seeing over here. Go ahead and download this. Once you are done downloading this file, please go ahead and install it on your machine. After that, we will have to open the file, or you will have to open the software and start entering something. Yeah, so to go straight forward to what we have to do today, let me go ahead and create a directory. A directory can also be considered as a folder. So I'll right click on my mouse. Sorry, let me come here. Yeah, so over here, I'll right click on my mouse and select new folder. I want to name it app. Yeah, one thing I want us to consider over here is that make sure that you are not making use of any spaces. Maybe you can have something like this: hello world. This is not advisable. The reason being that the space over here, when it comes to linking pages or linking directories, it becomes difficult for us to monitor the spaces we have in our file names or directory names. So we always have to make sure that we get rid of the spaces. We can either use hyphen or the underscore symbols. Yeah, so it will be better off this way than to make use of the white spaces. They are not required at all, though they can be used, but we recommend that you get rid of them. Yeah, so let me go ahead and change it back to app. Yeah, so after we have successfully installed the software, we can come here and do this. So open with code. Okay, sorry about this. I think I'm using something different. Let me come over here. So here, yeah, all right. Since we are having this, yeah, so after we are done installing the software, we'll have something like this. And this is the welcome page for the Visual Studio Code editor. Visual Studio Code, by the way, is used by a whole lot of developers worldwide. And if you want to like learn how to build applications in a more friendly way, I think one of the better ways of doing so is to use a very like great looking code editor. Yeah, so over here we can be entering our source codes, create some workspaces, and be creating some additional files along with that. So without much ado, I'll go straight forward to open the folder I've created. Yeah, so we all saw that I created this folder called app. Now what I'm going to do is to navigate to that and open it. So once I'm here, I click on this and I select it. All right, now I'm having access to the folder and I can go ahead to create a new file over here. Yeah, so let me get rid of this get started file. To create a new file, I can go here and click on the new file. So let me call it index.html. Yeah, so as you can see from here, the index.html we are seeing over here is very crucial when it comes to matters concerning web development. You know, when the browser tries to fetch information from a certain resource or URL, oftentimes the default file it accesses is the index.html file. And the index.html file is by default on every server what the browser accesses. Yeah, so what I want us to do over here is to go ahead and take notice of how to name the files. Yeah, so we can see index and .html. Let me go ahead and explain the .html. You know, we have something like .mp3, .mp4. Anytime we make mention of .mp3 or mp4, we often refer to either audio files or video files. And to identify an HTML document, what we do is we end the name with .html. It can also be ended with .atm, and the .html is for older HTML files, though we can still make use of it today since so many browsers are still in support of it. But the recommended one is HTML. Yeah. So what we want to do now is to take notice of this, that from here every other file you create, or let's say the first file you need to create in your application is the index file. Yeah, so once we have the index.html and we access that directory or resource or URL, the browser is going to be automatically fetching the information from the index.html, or the server is going to do so. So that is considered the first point of entry when it comes to matters relating to web development. Yeah, so over here we also need to get rid of the spaces. We can either use hyphen or the underscore symbols. Yeah, so it could be that maybe we have something like in this file, if we want to get rid of the space, we can go ahead and use something like this, or the underscore. Yeah, so let me clear the file and go ahead to open it. All right, so we have it over here. Next thing I want to do is to go ahead and outline the basic structure of the HTML web page. We start with this doc type. Then the next is HTML. We have something like for head, and we also have body. Yeah, so within the body we have something we call title, my first page. All right, so since we have this over here, let me go ahead and explain it to you guys. What we are seeing over here is called a tag. Yeah, on line 2 and on line 9. Yeah, so these are called tags. These are called tags, and what we are seeing over here is the basic structure of the HTML web page. And the body tag over here is what we like usually see when we visit the web page in the web browser, or in other ways we refer to it as the visible part of the HTML web page. Yeah. And the header is used to provide extra information to the browser, although the title too will be shown when we visit the web page. Yeah, so it will be shown on the top of the tab. Yeah, what we want to understand over here is that the basic structure of the HTML web page is made up of these things that we are seeing right here, though there are some additional things to it, but the very basic of them are these things right here. And we can call these things either tags or elements. You can call them tags or elements. What we want to take a closer look at over here is the basic structure of the web page. Yeah, so that is the point of focus for now. We need to memorize this, and I think it's going to help us to like learn more about how we are going to be like doing the rest. Yeah, so most of the things that we'll be creating are made up of what we are seeing over here. So today I think what we are going to be doing is very small, but the next time we'll be going a bit deeper to understand more about what these things are actually about. But for now, I would like you to go ahead and create this file, experiment with it, and see what you get from it. Yeah, so this is the basic structure of the HTML web page. Let me go ahead and add a few more things. So let's say hi. We can go ahead and create a simple thing like box. Let's give it some width of say 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels. We're giving it a background color of, let's say, red. Yeah. All right. The next thing we want to do is to go ahead and collapse this Explorer. Let me go to the folder or the directory and open the file in the web browser. Yeah, so as you can see from here, what we have over here is what we typed on the page. You see the yeah, so this is it. When we take a look at the very top of the page, we can see my first page as the title, and we see on the like white area right here, hi, and a red box. So these are what we created. And when we want to take a closer look at these things, all we need to do is to go ahead and inspect the page. Yeah, so by so doing, we'll be presented with what actually created the page for us. And as we can see from here, these are what we typed in our HTML file. When we go back to that, I think we can see them from here. Yeah, so let's go back to the browser. When we expand this, we can see what we did within the body tag, and when we expand this, we can see what we did within the head tag. So the title is what we are seeing on the top of the page right here. If I want to go ahead and change that, I can do so from within this place. So you can see that it's been changed at the very top. We also have these things over here. We can go ahead and modify it from here as well. Yeah, so this is the basic structure of the HTML web page. We don't need to be thinking too much about what we'll be expecting next. The most important thing is to go ahead and memorize what we get at every moment, and I think that it's going to help us a lot, because these are the things that we need to like be building incredible stuff. So I humbly request that we sit down, try to create a file, and start doing some incredible stuff. Yeah, so these set of videos are going to be incredible, and I really would like you to like try to do some stuff if you are really passionate about doing this kind of stuff. So let's have a closer look at this, experiment with it, and see what we can do with it. I think we can add one more thing to it and see. Yeah, so let me add one more thing. Let's add a list. So let's see an ordered list, OL, something like this, LI. Yeah, so when I go back to the browser, when I come here, we can still do a refresh and see what we have over here. So you see what we just added has brought here. These are some of the things HTML is capable of, but other than this, there are so many things that we can do with it. But for now, let's concern ourselves with the basics of the HTML web page. Yeah, so this is what we'll leave for you guys, and I do believe that by replicating what has been done here, you come to enjoy the series of videos that will be coming up. So thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.